and gentlemen. Welcome to the Norristown High Gymnasium with Neshaminy. Norristown riding a winning streak, #1 in their division, ranked #5 in the area. This should be a test tonight for them with Neshaminy. This is Jim Nelson along with Frank Winkle, the voices of the Eagles. We'd like to talk a little bit about the last 3 games that Norristown has played. Coach Cresswell talked about the very tough streak that Norristown was coming up with. Abington, Council Rock, Pennsbury. They've now successfully navigated those 3 teams. And Frank, you and I were over at the Council Rock game last Friday night, a 9-point victory for the Eagles. Close game in the first quarter, but Norristown came on. What are your impressions? What reflections do you have about that game?
Well, Jim, I thought Council Rock had as much talent as Norristown had. You could see that in the first quarter. It looked like 2 equal teams that were going to go down to the wire. Council Rock had a balanced attack, good outside shooting, some good 3-point shooting, good rebounding, and so on. Amazingly, they ran out of steam in about the middle of the second quarter. Norristown started a full court press most of the game. By the middle of the second quarter, the Council Rock players were simply tired out. They weren't jumping as high. They had a lot of trouble bringing the ball down. So although in the beginning of the game, it looked like it was going to be close all the way, and I have to say, they did look like they had the same amount of talent as Norristown. They simply ran out of gas. Another thing I noticed that game, it seemed to be a turning point for Norristown when it comes to outside shooting. We were getting excellent outside shooting from that 10 to 12 foot range. And then in the Pennsbury game, it was just super from the outside. So Norristown is back to being a team with a balanced attack from all areas of the court as far as I can see.
Okay, yeah, Coach Cresswell was very, very happy with the shooting in both that game and the Pennsbury game. And apparently the Pennsbury game, Norristown shot the lights out in that game from what people said. We were not there. Something this year bothers me a little bit, Frank, and I'd like to ask your opinion about it. We have here in Norristown a team that's 5th ranked in the area. We have a team that, as far as I am concerned, is as good as any team that we've seen, and that includes Plymouth Whitemarsh, which means we have a very good shot at the district and maybe at the state. And yet we don't seem to get very much fan support. With the exception of the game here during the Christmas tournament when the gymnasium was filled, if you look around us, there's really not that many people here, particularly students. Any feelings you have, any reactions as to why the students?
Well, I'm upset about it. I remember when I was in high school, if we had had a team like this, the gym would have been full for every game. We're not the only school with that problem. Although when we were at Council Rock, they had a pretty good crowd there. For the Council Rock students turned out. Some people say it's because most of the kids today have jobs and so on. I would expect maybe Friday night a lot of kids are working, but I would think a Tuesday night game we should see a lot of students here. We're not seeing it. We're seeing more adults than students. You mentioned the Christmas tournament. Well, you have to remember that was 4 different schools, and 3 of those 4 brought out more fans than Norristown, I thought. We do have a lot of community support from adults. We get a fair number of adults here, but I would like to see a heck of a lot more students here, especially when you have a team of this caliber.
Yeah, I would too. And those of you in the audience who are real sports fans, you have a rare opportunity this time. The Eagles are a very, very good team, and you have a chance to watch a team that is of state championship potential. This is not to say that they'll go to the state, but I would hope that a lot of you who have not yet seen this team will come out for some of the remaining home games. Next Friday night, another very tough interdivision game with William Tennant. A chance again to watch our team and see it perform against a team that is very good.
Well, Jim, I would like to comment on the rest of the schedule. I would say 3 weeks ago, I thought there were going to be a lot of blowouts. But a lot of these other teams are coming around now. And of course, they're going out there with the idea they've got nothing to lose when they're playing Norristown because Norristown is ranked so high. It takes a little pressure off of them. And as a result, they'll give Norristown a good game because the pressure is on Norristown. Now, how about tonight's game, Jim? What do you have for that?
Tonight's game with the Redskins of Neshaminy is one of those games that Cresswell said was a part of this tough streak. The Redskins are 9-6. They're 3 and 4 within their own division. So they are a winning team, but they're having some trouble in their division. Bruce Simon is their coach. It is his first year. He's coached for 10 years at Holy Ghost as their JV coach. Their high scorer is Sean Brown, who is a senior. They start all seniors, but they're very little varsity experience. Only one player, Mike Frederick, had any varsity experience, and he started the last 8 games last year. All the rest of the players are up in the JV, and their high scorer, Brown, only played about maybe 12 minutes all of last year. So it's a team that probably just about now, with 15 games under their belt, should be rounding into shape. And we're certainly going to have a test here with the Eagles tonight. Simon knows this. In fact, he said that the Eagles from Norristown is the best team that he has seen yet this year. The team plays a matchup zone, a little bit of man-to-man. They definitely will not press tonight because of Norristown's quickness. And we can watch and see how their 3 high scorers do. Sean Brown, Mike Frederick, and Mike Lyon are their 3 high scorers. We will be back with tip-off in just a few minutes. Buzzer sound, it's just about ready to get started. I'd like to give you the starting lineups for tonight's game. The Norristown from Neshaminy in the backcourt will be number 13, Jeremy Davis, 5'9" senior, and number 10, Mike Lyon, the 6'2" senior. At center will be the big man, 6'5", number 32, Mike Frederick. He's a Division I football prospect. Remember, this game is based on the University of Maryland on a recruiting trip. Sean Brown, a 6'2" 12th grader. And number 12, Cliff Maloney, a 6'3" 12th grader. Neshaminy plays all seniors. Their top 7 will be number 41, Bob Underwood, who is an 11th grader. So it looks as though it should be a team with experience. But remember I said that almost all of them were on the JVs last year, with the exception of Frederick. Opening for the Eagles will be their usual starting lineup, which features number 41, Mike Evans, and number 33, Priest Ramsey, along with number 32, Dana Johnson, number 13, Howard Flowers, and number 40, Jeff Thompson. This is the starting lineup that has been with them all along. Of Norristown, Frank, come into this game ranked 5th. I was talking to John Cresswell before the game, and I agree with him. I think we may be a little bit better than that rating. 2 of the Philadelphia teams, Roman Catholic and Gratz, have 4 and 3 losses, respectively. And I think that these Raiders have favored the Philadelphia area teams.
Well, I think so, too. They have Plymouth Whitemarsh 2nd. We beat Plymouth, they beat us, and we've played a tougher schedule than Plymouth Whitemarsh, I think.
It will be interesting to see if we can put together a good game tonight and a good game next Tuesday night when we have to travel up to the Ben Salem gym against a team that is 12-1 and just behind the top 10 rating. Whether or not they will take a further look at us and move us up. Glen Mills is climbing up too. They are on a hot streak. Ready with a tip-off, folks. Ramsey to jump center against Frederick. Tip-up, all controlled by Neshaminy. Davis on the move, coming up with a left-hand dribble. Pinky Johnson playing him. Ball goes outside to number 10, Ryan. Up top. Number 25, Brown. Brown is the big scorer. He's playing out front. Ball over to Lyons. Lyons comes across to Brown. Neshaminy seems content to move the ball around the outside. In the hands of Davis. Davis to Lyons. Lyons back. Davis inside to Frederick. Frederick back outside to Davis. And Neshaminy content to move the ball around. Flowers coming out to pick up Lyons out far. Over to Davis on the right-hand side. Two men try to trap him over to Brown. Swings around the left-hand side into the Hounds and Lyons. Back outside with 13. It becomes apparent that Neshaminy is not going to force the issue tonight.
Well, we're in a zone. We're playing a 2-1-2 zone there, which doesn't force them to take the shot.
Well, we talked about this earlier. Remember that we thought that a team that tries to run with Norristown is making a big mistake. Obviously, Neshaminy has done this scholarly. And there's a 5-second call. Good defense by Flowers on Davis. Neshaminy gives up the ball, but they ate up 1 minute and 10 seconds of the clock hanging onto that ball.
I think this is the first game Norristown hasn't started out playing a man-to-man defense. They were in a 2-1-2, and that was quite surprising to me. I thought they might start with their full-court press the way they did against Council Rock and Pennsbury.
Johnson looking for Evans underneath, throws the ball away. Neshaminy inbounds on their own basket. Brown the trigger, gives to the big center, Frederick.
Well, there's the press.
Norristown didn't waste any time going into that. They're going to force the pace. Ball bounces off of Davis's foot, and there it is. Too long to get the ball up. The Norristown press effective. Norristown takes the ball from Neshaminy. Key tonight is for Norristown to get on the board early and force Neshaminy out of this game. They do, definitely the way things are going, do not want to get behind this team. Ball goes inside, batted away, right back to Ramsey. With a shot, no good. Ramsey on the rebound, loses it. Evans fouling with Lyons. Foul called on Michael Evans. Number 1 foul, first foul against Norristown. Neshaminy will be throwing the ball in, and it looks as though Brown, the high scorer, will be the trigger man.
Well, they're staying with the full court press.
Ball in the hands of Lyons. There's the trap. Back to Davis. Davis spins on Flowers on the dribble up the right side. Breaks the press. Here comes the trap. The ball up in the air. Saved by Frederick. Frederick beats the Lyons. Back outside to Davis. And Neshaminy sets up again. Davis on the move. With a jump shot up. Yes. Davis with a jumper from the left-hand side of the basket makes it 2-0 Neshaminy with 2 minutes and 10 seconds going in the first quarter. Evans on the left-hand side, dribbles out, beats Johnson to the top of the field with a long jumper. And Pinky Johnson scores a 3-pointer for Norristown, and the Eagles lead by 1.
Neshaminy's playing a 2-3 zone, and the top of the key should be open for that shot all night, unless they switch defenses.
You know the way the Eagles have been shooting recently, that they will certainly like to see that and take advantage of it. Davis outside again with a left-hand dribble on Flowers. Moves in, feeds it down to Lyons. Lyons moves around, coming to the outside, bounce pass into Frederick, back outside to Lyons. Fake, doesn't get the shot off, but Johnson stays on his feet. Lyons over to Maloney. Maloney gives to Davis. Davis on the drive. Ball is knocked out of bounds by Jeff Thompson. Thompson 6'4", Davis 5'9". Thompson plays the enforcer.
I think we've switched back to a tight man-to-man defense there, Jim.
Brown inbounding the Lyons. Lyons on the drive, over the center, almost walked. Pass attempt by Davis, and once again it's Jeff Thompson knocking the ball out of bounds, keeping Neshaminy from being able to get underneath. Redskins appear to be a very patient team and willing to wait. Davis comes outside again to Lyons. Lyons, Johnson now moving outside of him, into the corner with a bounce pass to Davis. Davis moves back outside, looks deep. Down near the front court, over the Lyons. Lyons on the drive, but Johnson right with him, cuts him off. Looks for Brown, finds him. Brown's being covered by Evans. Spin move inside, drives to the basket. There's a foul on Johnson as John Brown, the high scorer for the Redskins of Neshaminy, tried to get in close.
Well, again, it's going to be interesting to see if Neshaminy can keep up the pace. We know Norristown can because of their depth on the bench. But there's a lot of running going on out there, and there's a lot of hard work just to bring the ball up court.
I think Neshaminy may be willing to hang on to that ball, and that will slow the pace down a little bit. It certainly could be to their benefit. First shot by Brown is off the rim. Ready with the second one. Score is still 3-2 in favor of the Eagles. 4 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the first period. Brown dips. Shot is on its way and good. Score is 5-3. Norristown wastes no time in getting in. Fouls to Johnson. Johnson moves up. Transition game very quick. Load Evans on the right side. Back to Johnson at the top of the key. In the corner of Evans. Jump shot is up off the rim. No good. Lyons on the rebound. Looks up court. Nobody open. Back into the hands of Davis. Up the Lyons. Lyons looking. Finds Maloney. Maloney on the move inside. Over to Frederick, who's at the top of the key, not underneath. Frederick with a fake. Walks to the ball, and the Eagles of Norristown will take possession in front of their own bench. Flowers will inbound to Johnson. Johnson on the move up the center of the court. Gets to the top of the key. Looks down inside. Takes the pass in. Looks the foul. Finds Evans open. Evans on the drive. Jump shot around the rim. No good. Rebound up. Yes. All around the rim and in. Evans with a three-pointer. Puts Norristown ahead 5-3. And on the inbound pass, Brown steps over the line, and Norristown will have the ball underneath its own basket.
This is what a full court, excuse me, Jim, but that's what a full court press does to you. You make those little mistakes because somebody's pressuring you every moment.
Here's the inbound pass. Johnson to Evans right down the center. Assist Pinky Johnson, basket Mike Evans, and Evans is off to a quick start tonight. Johnson, quick hands, takes the ball away from Davis, down the move, looks, jump shot up.
Oh, that was a beautiful soft touch by Pinky Johnson.
Norristown very quickly has gone into a 9-3 lead. Down on the dribble, nobody open, finds Frederick up court. Frederick, the big center up top, calls timeout, and the Neshaminy coach Simon wants a call for his players and get things straight. They had several times there where they had difficulty getting the ball in. Once Brown stepping over the line, the second time Johnson stealing the ball from Davis. 2 quick, easy baskets for Norristown, and Norristown has opened up a 6-point lead with 3 minutes and 17 seconds left here in the first period.
This surprises me, Jim. With Norristown's reputation for pressing the whole game, I would have thought Neshaminy would have been better prepared for the press. It's like it's a complete surprise to them. Perhaps they didn't scout Norristown, but you would have thought they would have heard about Norristown's reputation for pressing the whole game. And it seems like they don't know what to do. I would have thought they would have been better prepared for it.
Interesting enough, Cresswell had not planned on using the press opening up tonight. But I think one of the signs of a good team and a good coach is that they make the adjustments that they have to do. And that's exactly what they did here tonight when Neshaminy playing this slow, very patient game. Here we have right in front of us Johnson and Lyons bumping each other around, and the official talking to Johnson, quieting him down. We certainly don't want anything like that going on. There it is. And there's a technical foul on Johnson. Someone's got to calm him down. There goes Jeff Thompson over to talk to him right now. That is a costly foul.
I didn't have the angle to see exactly what happened there. What did Johnson do? Purposely bump into him?
I'm not sure whether it was purposely, but he was warned right here by the official right in front of us. He told him to be careful as the players were...
No, it was on Neshaminy. Apparently the Neshaminy player pushed Johnson.
Okay, my fault. It's Howard Flowers shooting 1-on-1, and Simon is not happy. The Redskins coach is letting the official know about that call.
That's why when I saw Johnson walk up to him, Johnson kept his arms at his side. I didn't see him raise a hand. That's why I was somewhat confused.
11-3 favor of Norristown. 3 minutes and 17 seconds left. They inbound. Johnson with the ball, moving up toward the top of the key. Over to Evans in the corner. Evans bounce pass into Thompson. Thompson on the move underneath. They're playing all over. Jump ball. Possession error is in favor of the Eagles, so Norristown will retain possession.
You know, that technical is another example of how the press can get you unnerved.
Thompson with a jump shot. Good. And Norristown shooting percentage tonight, starting off the way they must have been against Pennsbury. The inbound play is a foul on Thompson, on Frederick. Eagle foul. Redskin ball in front of their own bench. Brown to handle the inbound pass. Finds Maloney, who has moved down court now to help out with the press. Davis on the move. Flowers following, and Davis up court to Brown. Brown on the move, fakes, jumps, ball hit by Ramsey. Jump ball, Neshaminy possession. Nice play, Priest Ramsey.
You know, Jim, on that foul on Thompson, what the ref missed was number 25 for Neshaminy gave Thompson the elbow just before Thompson got called on the foul. Thompson simply pushed him back.
We've said it before that so often it's not the first person that gets caught, it's the person for retaliation. There's Brown on a fake, stops, walking call on him. And Frank, it looks to me like Brown, who is Neshaminy's high scorer, could get some shots off there from the side, but he seems very reluctant to take them.
I think it's the full court pressure. He's so used to having somebody glued to him, he's looking for somebody when they're not even there.
Johnson at the top of the key on the drive. Founds Thompson, jump shot up, little hard on the rim. Evans battling on the boards, up and inside. Little rebound, Mike Evans.
That was a beautiful job on Evans' part, just brute strength holding that ball.
Evans with 6 points already tonight. Norristown almost steals the ball. Maloney retrieves. Finds Frederick in. Frederick on the move. Stops the ball. Ball's taken. And it's Evans on the breakout. Evans and Brown on the move. And it will be Norristown with a ball to our right. Here comes number 31, Bob Underwood. 6'11", 6'7", 11th grader moving into the lineup for Neshaminy, replacing Maloney. Johnson outside. There's Thompson again, caught inside. The second foul. There must be some interesting battles going on underneath there.
Is that the second or third on Thompson?
I believe it's the second foul. Yeah, our very reliable statistician, Glenn Martin, tells me that it's his second foul. Ball in the hand of Lyons, and this time it's Lyons carrying the ball up, breaks the press, and that's the first time they've broken the press easily. Davis with the ball on the dribble. He's not going anywhere way out there. Brown on the fake. Nice spin move underneath. Battles no good. Rebound Frederick underneath, up, and the ball is in. And there's a foul on Rich Mears, who has come into the Norristown lineup for Thompson. And very quickly gets a foul. Frederick, nice move underneath, strong on the boards, makes it 15-5, Eagles by 10. 1 minute and 37 seconds left here in the first period. Frederick on the line, shooting 1 from Neshaminy. Left-handed foul shooter, ball is up, nothing but net, 15-6, 9-point Eagle lead. Moving quickly. Here's to Johnson. Johnson looks for the jumper stop, finds Mayer underneath, Mayer to Ramsey. Ramsey underneath, spin move up, yes.
Oh, a great move by Ramsey, just using his body and his strength. If Ramsey can keep that up, we're going to go places.
Eagles by 11. Lions again is the one they're using to break the press. Bounce pass in. Blocked by Mayers underneath. Underwood tried to get the shot up. Mayer right on the ball, knocking it out of bounds. And the Eagles showing this very strong defense underneath. Neshaminy has nothing that they can get. They've gotten one layup underneath. There's Davis with a shot out of the corner. Good. And that's what Neshaminy's going to have to do. They hope to get the ball up against the Eagles. Flowers quickly in the fourth quarter. Looks for the long three-point. Around the rim and out. Rebound Evans. Oh, Mike Evans.
Great job by Evans.
Mike Evans is lighting it up tonight. 8 points already. I'm not sure that he has missed a shot tonight, or maybe one. And he's really doing a job on the offensive board. Lyons finds Frederick, and the last 2 times up has been better. Lyons looking for the three-pointer. In and out. Ramsey, strong rebound. On the dribble, very quickly stopped, and travels with the ball.
You know, I think the officials this year must have had a workshop on walking. Some of these calls, I don't know, you'd almost have to see them with a microscope to see if they were really walking.
Norristown wants to get the ball in the hands of Johnson or Flowers. That's their game, moving the ball up court. That's their best bet. Davis on the outside, Flowers and Johnson almost spring a trap. There's an attempted steal. Ramsey down with the ball. Ramsey saves. Evans up with it on the move. Jump shot up and good.
Great job by Priest Ramsey tapping that ball in while he was going out of bounds himself. Beautiful job.
Too often we overlook the guy who sets up the shot, and that was Ramsey's job. Evans makes the basket, gets the credit for the 2 points, but Priest Ramsey made it easy for him. Eagles are up 21-8. 2 seconds left, and Neshaminy does not get the shot off as we're passing the ball around.
You know, the fact that they didn't shoot it up there for a last shot just shows how you can get completely frustrated and become totally unaware of what's going on when someone's pressing you the whole game. You keep looking over your shoulder for somebody even when they aren't there. And the fact that Neshaminy didn't even take a last shot, they let the clock run out, shows how frustrated they are from this full court pressure.
I think that was probably, as after the first few minutes, Frank, as impressive a first quarter as we've seen New York play. You have to remember, they've only scored about 2 points in the first 3.5 minutes and came on exerting that full court pressure. Mike Evans just absolutely sparkling tonight, shooting the ball so well. And this is probably one of the best defensive starts that he has had left. Yeah.
They're all crashing the boards at both ends for rebounds, and I'm really impressed by that. Council Rock, they look pretty good, but every shot now they're hitting the boards, no matter who's shooting. Every player is looking for that rebound.
Neshaminy has this inserted number 21 Merck Leonhauser, a 6'12" in the lineup, and Norristown has Craig Jones, a 6'1" junior in the lineup. Johnson off the rim, Evans on the rebound, Evans again battling, Evans again. There's 3 rebounds. Mike Evans stays on the board and gets the 2 points.
It's just obvious the Norristown players are stronger. They're just pulling the ball out of the hands of the Neshaminy players.
Brown on the drive for Neshaminy. Called for an offensive foul. Eagles leading 23-8. Johnson inbounding the ball to Flowers. Neshaminy moving up with some full court pressure. Easy inbound pass to Evans. Back to Johnson. Johnson moving up. Moving toward the top of the key. Loses the ball. Evans battles. Taken away by Brown. Brown on the move. Finds on the drive. No good. That was Leonhauser on the drive. Norristown quickly back. Mike Evans on the drive move.
Oh, great soft touch by Evans.
Whatever Mike Evans had for dinner tonight, he should find that 3-game meal every day.
I'll say.
Hot. Brown on the dribble over to Leonhauser at the top of the key. Setting up with a left-handed dribble, moving over Craig Jones playing him. Ball in the corner to Brown. Brown shoots. Good. I was wondering what was taking him so long. He's been open before, but he has not shot. 25-10, Eagles by 15. Johnson on the move with the ball. Waiting Flowers over on the left-hand side. Evans. Evans coming back to the top of the key. Spin move in, finds Johnson. Johnson on the move. And they've got a walk this time on Pinky Johnson. Quite a few walking calls tonight here.
Yeah, I just don't understand some of them. I mean, the idea of the walk is for an obvious walk. If a foot slides a millimeter, I don't think that should be called a walk.
Ball in the hands of Lyons. And the Senators had their best luck with Lyons on the play. Here's Jones with fast hands. Steals the ball out of the drive, trying to control. Finds Johnson. Johnson on the move, stops, jumps. Ball deflected by Frederick. Nice block. Controlled by Underwood underneath. Finds Lyons. Lyons moving up the left side. Stops with the ball, goes over to Leonhauser. Leonhauser moves across the line with Flowers playing him. On the drive in, Flowers there with a steal. On the ball, Flowers all alone. Nobody there on the drive up. Good. Norristown 27, Neshaminy 10. Easy steal there by Flowers as he came in from behind. Frederick controls over to Leonhauser. On the move with Frederick. Over to Lyons in the corner. Lyons with a fake. Jump shot up. Strong off the rim. Ball in the hands of Flowers. On the fast break. Spin move. Finds Johnson. Johnson in there. Here's on shot. There's a dunk.
That's the first one I've seen this year, Jim.
And the fans love that. Not a big crowd here, but they can make a lot of noise when they get a spectacular move like that. Eagles by 19. Ball in the hands of Brown. Jones playing in the corner. Browns moves in. Jump shot up. Strong off the rim. And on the rebound, Covington Johnson knocking the ball out of bounds. Davis coming back in the lineup for Neshaminy, replacing Leonhauser. Brown will handle the inbounds pass. to the right-hand side of the Neshaminy basket, outside to Davis, deep. Flowers playing him all over. Davis with a left-hand dribble. Finds Brown. Brown fakes. Jones playing him. Doesn't give him anything. Brown tries to pass underneath. Jones tries to save, but the ball hits the baseline. And once again, Neshaminy will put the ball in play underneath their basket. And they are just having all kinds of trouble breaking this Norristown zone. Brown looks deep, finds Davis, ball's blocked as he tries to go across to Davis. Rick Mayer again. And they lose the ball that time. Must have hit a Neshaminy player going out of bounds. Jones back to Johnson. Johnson finds Flowers out of finds Johnson off on the left-hand side. Johnson slow dribble out near the top of the key. Looking for a pass. Nobody ever finds Evans on the right-hand side in the corner. Back to Johnson outside. Johnson opens, loses the ball, once they comes by the foul, touches again. The Mayor's underneath. Mayor's will let it, no good. Out off the board. And it's Davis. Smallest man on the court, he's on that rebound on the dribble. Jones cuts him off. He finds Brown in the right-hand corner. Brown with a dribble, ball almost taken as Johnson has active hands. Looks for Lyons. Lyons with a long shot. Hits the three-pointer, making it 29-13, favor of the Eagles. Flowers not wasting any time up to Evans. Looks for the shot, doesn't have it, comes back outside the Flowers. Flowers on the move, the Mayor's goes to Johnson. Johnson from the top of the key. Hits the rim out. Evans on the rebound. Fake strike over the jump shot. No, at the top of the rim. Craig Jones throwing underneath, but he hit the end line as he battled for that rebound.
I'll tell you, Jim, with that kind of rebounding, Johnson can afford to take that three-point shot because he knows he's got three players under there who have a pretty good chance of getting the rebound if he misses. That's something that has definitely improved since the start of the season.
Yeah, in fact, probably over half of Evans' points have been on those rebounds underneath. Mike Evans, by the way, here with 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the second quarter, already has 14 points.
Well, you know,
of them on jump shots, most of them from underneath with that strong rebounding.
And you know, Jim, you see something like this where a guy only have 2 points one game, 14 points the next game, and I think it's the kind of team Norristown has where somebody will pick up the slack. You know, each game, it'll be somebody different who will come through for you. It's just a great thing to see that it's not one player the whole season, but it's a different guy every game who comes through and picks up the team. And you like to see that kind of play.
What they're doing, of course, is taking advantage of what they're giving them. When we were at Council Rock went to cut off the inside men, and they took Thompson and Evans out of the game in terms of scoring. Well, Flowers and Johnson came alive. When they went to Pennsbury, who obviously had seen him play, Pennsbury covered their outside men, and that opened up Jeff Thompson, who had a 20-point game from underneath. And again, Norristown can beat you in many ways. Norristown can score from many different places on the court, and they will take advantage of whatever you're going to give them. And we're seeing that here again tonight with the boardwork underneath.
Yeah, they just have so much talent and ability in all areas of the game. They're just tough to defense.
Norristown is on the court now with their small team with Flowers and Louis Simmons and Biggie Johnson all in the game at the same time. There's Flowers with a nice feed underneath. Mayer's on the miss. Evans battling for the rebound. Hits the ball out of bounds, and Neshaminy will have the throw-in underneath their own basket. Still trailing by 16 points. Norristown still in the full-court pressure. Ball is in the hands of Lyons. Lyons goes back to Brown. Brown, Flowers, and Simmons trying to trap him. Up to Davis. Davis beats the press over court, and here he is getting the ball to Brown. Brown on the move. Nice move with the ball. Drives underneath. Mayers resistant. There's Frederick on the rebound. Left-hand shot. Nice move by the big center, Mike Frederick, number 32 from the Sounders. Simmons handling the ball over to Johnson, moving to the right-hand side of the key. Johnson looks, drives toward the center, back to Simmons, coming back to Johnson. Johnson fakes on the drive, looks for the jump shot, doesn't have it, tries to find Simmons. Ball goes off of Underwood, the 6'7", 11th grader for Neshaminy. And for the Eagles, here comes Thompson, Ramsey back in the lineup, and Evans and Mayer will sit down for a little while. This is the first break for Mike Evans, who oftentimes is the first one substituted for. Here comes Simmons. Simmons finds Johnson. Johnson with a jump shot. Good. Eagles 31, Neshaminy 15, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. Lions again handling the ball. Lions has done a much better job of baking the press than when they had Jeremy Davis handling. Outside on the dribble to the right-hand side. Flowers playing Lions. Hits Davis with a bounce pass. Davis goes to Underwood. Underwood back to Davis. Looking for that big man underneath. Thompson is playing him. There goes the pass to Frederick. Underneath. Ball up and around and no good. Frederick on the rebound.
That was a good foul because the shot wouldn't have counted. Now he's got to make 2 from the foul line instead of that easy layup.
That's how it was on Simmons.
You know, Jim, one thing about Norristown using 7 or 8 players, it's not just that they get a break. It's that when the man is sitting on the bench over there, he's eager to get in there and eager to hustle. And then he goes out there for 5 minutes, and then he sits down for 5 minutes, and he's just eager to get out there and start fighting again. Norristown always has 5 hustling men out there.
Speaking about that, Jeff Thomas is now at the Spurs bench waiting to come in. Neshaminy steals the ball in the hands of Brown. Brown moving up, coming from behind.
Oh, great steal.
Takes the ball from him, taken back by Brown. Brown, on a nice play on the ground, throws the ball away. And Neshaminy's coach is yelling about thinking that there was a foul. Howard Flowers going out. Jeff Thomas coming in for Norristown. And this is the 4th sub Norristown has brought off the bench. 9 players playing as they maintain their 16-point lead. Thomas finds Johnson outside. The long shot by Dinky Johnson. Good. 3-point shot. 44-15. And Johnson moves into double figures with 10 points. Neshaminy bringing the ball up court in the hands of Frederick. Frederick to Brown on the drive. Thomas comes to play and the ball is up off the backcourt. Nice drive by Brown. And if that foul is on Jeff Thompson, and it is, it's his 3rd personal tonight. 34-17, Norristown doubling the Redskins score. Brown will be shooting 1 shot as we're winding down toward the 1.5-minute mark here in the first half. Shot is up and good. Eagles are ahead of the Redskins by 16. Boy, I thought that might have been an inbound violation on Ramsey. Jeff Thomas over on the right-hand side, dribbling back, looking for Simmons, moves to the top of the key. Ramsey's underneath, Thompson there, Simmons comes back out, gets the ball, Neshaminy playing man-to-man. Simmons spins, foul back to Johnson. Johnson being covered by Maloney. Johnson on a spin move. And the 5-second call violation against Norristown. Neshaminy will take over and throw the ball in. And there's one of the few times Norristown got caught without adequate ball movement and therefore had to give up the ball. Here comes Neshaminy. The ball is in the hands of Davis. On the move, spin move. Thomas comes out to cut him off. Over to Lyons. Lyons deep to Davis. Davis moves to left-hand side on the dribble. Feeds Brown. Brown across. Back to Davis. Over to Brown. Brown looks for the jumper. Has it. Shot is up. Good. And it's 34-20. Favor of the Eagles. 42 seconds left in the half. Simmons on the move with the ball. Coming over the half-court line. Over to Thomas. Thomas fakes in. Comes back outside with left-hand dribble over to Simmons. At the top. Simmons driving. Stops, spins in the air, moves, no good. Ball is knocked out of bounds off of Ramsey's hand. And Neshaminy will inbound with 27 seconds left in the half, trailing by 14 points. And I'll tell you, Frank, I think Neshaminy, they got a bucket here, would be happy to get out just 12 points.
They certainly would. In fact, a couple of them look tired out there. They look like they need a break.
Stole the ball into Ramsey's hand, but Ramsey had it batted away from him. There goes Frederick. He's all alone.
Oh, great block.
Great block. Pinky Johnson. As Frederick was all alone. 4 seconds left. There goes the jumper Johnson to the outside.
It's just, it's unbelievable Neshaminy didn't score on that. They had a 3-on-0 break and did not score. 3 men with the ball, no defenders in front of them, and they didn't score. That just shows you how you can get so frustrated from that full court press.
Here's a case Pinky Johnson could have very easily given up and not bothered following through, but that's not the way they play the game. He followed, he ran hard, and he just absolutely crushed that ball off the back.
Oh, that was incredible. And you know, you got to keep those good habits because you got to play 100% all the time, and that's the way you get into the state playoffs and so on, when you just don't give anybody anything for nothing.
And I don't think Cresswell, that's exactly what he expects from his team. And Norristown continues their domination here. 14-point lead at halftime, 34-20 over Neshaminy. And it will be interesting to see whether Norristown comes out with that full-court press at the beginning of the second half. Again, they had not planned on playing that, but it didn't take them long to get into that and to find out how effective it was.
Jim, before we call it quits here at halftime, I wanted to comment on Craig Jones, an 11th grader. I was surprised to see him being the first one coming in off the bench. He usually doesn't. I think maybe Cresswell wants to get him some experience because he is an 11th grader. He'll probably be playing again next year. And I think he did a very good job out there. Played good, tight defense, moved the ball well. It just shows you how much talent this Norristown team has, even down to the 9th, 10th, and 11th player.
Yeah, in talking with, the Neshaminy coach Simon and talking about how he had 4 players coming up from JV experience, we're not going to see that with Norristown. Norristown plays their 11th graders, and they're going to have a lot of game experience looking forward to next year. And I think that's a very smart move on Cresswell's part. He knows that he has these games in hand sometimes, and he takes advantage of that to make good substitutions. I like seeing him play everybody.
And people think he has an easy job, and he really doesn't, because he's got so many players he could put out there, and he's got to keep them happy. He can't have a man sitting on that bench saying to himself, gee, I should be getting more playing time, or he should be doing this or that. He's got to keep his players happy to keep winning, and he seems to do a credible job in accomplishing that. Nobody does seem to be unhappy. Of course, we don't talk to all the players personally, but it must be tough when you can play almost any 5 players out of 10 out there. It must be tough to keep them all happy when you can only put 5 at a time out there in the game.
One final comment before we sign off here at halftime. Cresswell, before the game, talked about the thing that he was most pleased with these Eagles over the last couple of games was their intensity and their shot selection. And I think tonight we can say once again that he should feel pleased with that. Norristown obviously has come up for this, is up for this game, and I think their shot selection tonight has been excellent. Some of the best that we've seen. They're taking the shots that they are being given, and that's what you have to do. They're not forcing matters.
Well, they have such a balanced attack now. They're scoring from anywhere on the floor, and as you said, they're taking advantage of what's given to them. They're not just depending on the shots underneath or the shots outside or whatever. They have a really good balanced attack, a strong attack, and that's what you like to see.
Halftime score, Norristown Eagles 34, visitors from Neshaminy 20. In a moment or so, our able statistician Glenn Martin will be here to give you the halftime statistics. We will see you shortly with the tip-off, or the pass-in, I guess we should say, for the second half.
Good evening, I'm Glenn Martin here with the halftime stats. The Neshaminy Redskins. John Brown leading the way with 7 points. Mike Frederick with 5 points and 4 rebounds. Davis with 4 points, 9 to 3. Free throw shooting, 3 for 5. And only 7 rebounds, only one team foul. Norristown leading the way. Mike Evans having a tremendous game, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Dana Johnson with 10 points. Howard Clouds with 2. Bruce Ramsey with 2. Thompson with 2 of Mayor's. Foul trouble, Jeff Thompson with 3 points. Shooting 14 rebounds for Norristown and 16 fouls. Your halftime score, 34 for Norristown, 20 for Neshaminy. Please stay tuned for the second half of basketball.
Frank and I were just mentioning that these halftimes go so quickly. We're very lucky to get back in the seats. And in fact, Glenn just rushed in here. Forget that they don't have that tap-off anymore where you have a chance to get situated. Lions handling the ball for Neshaminy in the corner to Brown. And underneath there's a pushing battle going on between Number 32, Frederick of Neshaminy, and 33, Priest Ramsey for Norristown. Two football players mixing it up out here on the basketball court. And Frederick is a big man. I wonder what he weighs. Line on the shot, no good. Rebound Maloney underneath, and there's a ball. Just about fell into his hand. He gets the layup, and Neshaminy cuts the margin to 12, 34-22. Evans handling the ball on the outside, over to Flowers at the top of the key. Neshaminy in a man-to-man. Flowers handling with a long jump shot, and he hits the three-pointer. It's a nice move by Flowers.
Is that his first points tonight, Jim? I'm not sure.
Now Flowers has 7.
Yes, 7.
Ball's in the hands of Frederick. Neshaminy handled the press that time. Lions on the dribble. Flowers playing Lions. Lions looking for Frederick. Find him, and Frederick is outside. On the move underneath. Left-hand drive. No good. Gets the rebound up. Good. Underneath. Here comes Johnson back for the Eagles on the dribble. Left hand. Spins over to the right. Moves over. Finds Evans. Evans to Thompson. Thompson underneath. Around and out. And that was a nice pass by Mike Evans. There's Thompson and Brown battling underneath. Possession arrow favors the Eagles of Norristown, and they will inbound underneath their own basket with Dana Johnson, Binky, handling the ball. Johnson looks, finds Thompson, takes the dribble in, has the ball, hit as a pass, and Lions of Neshaminy comes up with it over to Davis, and Davis moving the ball up slowly. Flowers playing him this time on the outside. The dribble on the left-hand side, looks back underneath, tries to force it, almost stolen. In the hand of Brown on the drive, off his heel, and Thompson comes up with it, loses it, almost out of bounds, and we almost had him sitting in our lap that time. We've talked about that, and that's about as close as we've come so far this year. Davis on the move. Underneath shot missed. Fredericks on the rebound, gets another basket, closing the margin to 11. Here comes Johnson up court with a right-hand dribble. Johnson holds the ball underneath to Evans. You'll excuse us if the sound went out a little bit, and we understand that our cord was pulled and one of the microphones was unplugged. There goes Flowers trying to inbound, find Evans underneath. Thompson on the rebound, no basket. Foul underneath Evans again, and this time he's hacked. Really clobbered underneath that.
Well, you know, Jim, since Neshaminy had that break, their players aren't as winded as they were at the end of the half. But again, it's going to be interesting to see how long they can go before they do tire out a little bit and start huffing and puffing out there.
That foul was on number 25, Sean Brown, for Neshaminy. Evans will be on the line shooting 2 for the Eagles, who now lead by 11 with 5 minutes and 29 seconds left in the third period. Evans shot off the front of the rim. Flowers walks up, taps him on the rear, and we have a timeout called. Again, the Eagles are leading by 11 here, and I think they're trying to regroup forces a little bit and try to get back to that intensity that they were playing with at the beginning.
Yeah, they seem to have lost a little intensity, Jim. I guess when you come out and you have a big lead, there is a tendency to become a little complacent. But, you know, with Neshaminy scoring a few buckets and Cresswell talking to them, maybe they'll snap out of it.
Now, I imagine we might see them get back to that full court pressure and try to put it all over court. Although we noticed that Neshaminy is attacking it a little bit differently. At the beginning of the game, they attacked it with their little ball handler, Jeremy Davis, and they were not having a whole lot of luck. Recently, they've gotten the ball into the hands of Lions and let him bring the ball up court, and also use their big center up over the center line, and Frederick seems to be able to help them break that press and get the ball up court. Evans ready with the second of his 2 shots, trying to stretch the lead to 12. Bounces the ball, ready with a shot. Bends, ball in the air, and he's got this one. Nothing but cord on that. Hands to Davis. Davis with a pass. Flowers, nice steal.
Oh, nice pass. Not only did he steal it, but to save it from going out of bounds. A beautiful job by Flowers.
Flowers on the dribble, stops. Right-hand side, tries to find Johnson, almost stolen. Johnson controls the ball. I wonder what they're going to call here. Foul is on Ramsey for setting a moving pick. Johnson actually that time, as he spun toward the basket, ran into both his own man Priest Ramsey and Davis. And the call is against Ramsey for a blocking foul. Brown inbounding over to Lyons. Lyons gets the ball in the hand of Davis, and here they're letting Davis bring the ball up court. And Norristown is now back into their 1-3-1 zone. And Davis throws the ball out of bounds. Brown could not save it, and the Eagles will inbound. This is the same adjustment they made in the Abington game that was so devastating against the Ghosts. Johnson on the move, looks underneath, finds Thompson, but the ball is blocked away in the hands of Maloney. Maloney to Frederick, Frederick up to Lyon. Lyons moving toward the basket, thinks again, moves outside to Davis. Davis on the right-hand side to Brown. Brown looks for the shot, finds it now as Evans hits the ground and makes it. Making it 38-28, 10-point lead for the Eagles. Johnson on the spin move up court. Over to Flowers. Flowers heading to the right-hand side of the key, comes back outside to Johnson. Johnson over to Thompson on the left-hand side. Thompson spins, dribbles into the center, finds Evans. Evans looks for the jumper, loses the ball momentarily, comes back, tries to find Johnson, steal by Maloney. Maloney falling out of bounds, hits it off of Evans.
Neshaminy seems to be doing better playing a man-to-man against Norristown. But Norristown seems to have just lost a little of that intensity.
Leonhauser into the lineup for Neshaminy. Lyons handling the ball over to Leonhauser with Thompson coming out on him. Leonhauser again outside, gives over to Lyons. Lyons across to Brown. Brown looking for the drive, bounces the ball off his foot. Evans picks it up. Brown looked for the foul, no call. Flowers on the move, tries to bounce past to Thompson, who is moving inside, kicked by one of the Neshaminy players. Flowers will inbound in front of the Norristown Eagles bench, finds Ramsey outside. Ramsey with a dribble, stops the dribble, pulls up, gives the ball to Johnson. Johnson with a move to the left, on the drive to the basket, all the way in, off the front of the rim, hits for the rebound, out to Ramsey. Ramsey with a jumper, no good. Evans and Johnson on the board, but Frederick of Neshaminy comes down with the rebound in the hands of Lyons, who now is on the move over on the left-hand side. Johnson playing him tight over the court. Lyons on the dribble, looks, finds Maloney. Maloney to Brown. Brown on the drive, in, spin move, underneath, good. Neshaminy cuts the lead to 8 points. Quick move, Johnson on the drive, up, no good. Ramsey on the rebound, no good. And there's a foul underneath. Ramsey still battling, but the whistle has blown.
Norristown is missing a lot of easy shots in there. It's like they're putting the ball up there too hard instead of that soft touch they were using in the first half.
That last foul was on Frederick of Neshaminy. Ramsey's going to get 2 shots for Norristown.
Pinky Johnson has some blood on his jersey. It looks like he got hit in the mouth or something.
Ramsey's first shot up, hits off the board, bounces in. Norristown 39-30, back to a 9-point lead, trying to stretch it up into double figures again. Ramsey bouncing the ball, ready with a shot. Up, and it's good. 2 shots for Ramsey. Eagles lead 40-30 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the third period. And there they are, back to the full court pressure. Brown on the spin move, coming over, stops his dribble. Johnson plays him, and we have a hacking foul. Looks like it's going to be on number 42, Pinky Johnson for Norristown. That's 2 fouls on him. Neshaminy will inbound with Brown handling the ball over to our right. Gives the ball to Lyons. Lyons on the dribble.
Yeah, Norristown's playing a 2-3 zone, it looks like.
Lyons finds Brown. Brown out deep to Lyons. Over to Brown again, and Evans moves right out on him. They're not going to give him the shot. Lyons on the dribble, spins around, no good. Thompson on the rebound, up to Flowers. Flowers finds Ramsey. Ramsey on the move, almost hits it off his knee. Dribble, spins, looks for the jumper. He's not going to go anywhere. That's the ball. Thompson gets it. There's a jump shot from the foul line.
That's got to frustrate Neshaminy. They did a good job defensively. The ball just happened to roll out to Thompson or Thomas.
Fredericks handles the ball, gives over to Leonhauser, finds Brown. Brown fades. Nice play, Evans. Great defensive play by Michael Evans. Steals the ball in the hands of Johnson. Johnson on the drive, tries to find Flowers, loses the ball, and it's Leonhauser on the drive. Ball poked away by Johnson to Evans. Evans back in the hands of Johnson. Johnson finds Thompson. Thompson on the move to the right. Jump shot is up off the rim, no good. Back to Thompson. Drives, spins, tries to get the shot off and is fouled. Will be shooting two. There is a timeout for Neshaminy.
I'll tell you, Jim, when you said before, whatever Evans ate for lunch or supper, he ought to eat it again, and that certainly is true. He's really been the player out there to keep the Neshaminy from coming back and tying up this game. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time, making a few steals here and there. He's doing a great job out there.
There's a technical foul called on the Neshaminy coach, who was unhappy with that last play underneath the basket, thought one of his players was hit, and he's complaining, and he must have said something to the official because they've just been assessed a technical foul. He would be much better off getting his team in a huddle over there. There it is.
That really hurts them. They came back, they started to make a good comeback, and to have your coach hurt you, that just shouldn't happen.
To make it worse, they took that timeout to get themselves settled, and he doesn't even have a chance to talk to his players because he's there with the officials. Jeff Thompson will be there to shoot this. It is a two-shot foul because it's on the bench, and the coach is still talking to the official. He'd better be careful. Thompson makes the first, making it a 43-30 Norristown lead. Thompson bends, dips. Second shot is up and around, no good. But Norristown is almost back to their halftime lead. With this, oh, what is this? Must be a double technical.
No, I think, isn't he shooting the foul shots?
Okay,
because Norristown gets the ball after the technical.
Okay, you're right.
No rebounding on the foul.
Flowers makes both. Now he's going to the line. There must have been another technical. He's back to the line for two more.
You must be right. It must be the technicals and the foul shots.
All right. Now we have just had a 5-point change turnaround. The score was 38-30 Norristown, with Neshaminy beginning to threaten. And with these foul shots, Norristown has now stretched their lead to 17 points.
Yeah, you hate to see that, Jim. We started to see a team come back, work hard, and to have their own coach take it away from them, you just hate to see that.
Norristown has inserted Jeff Thomas in the lineup for Priest Ramsey. He's working upside the key. There's Evans in the corner. Shot is up good. And Mike Evans has the touch tonight. That's 17 points for Mike. Eagles by 19. It's hard to believe that just a couple minutes ago they were only up by 8. Ball's in the hand by Fredericks. Big drive down the center. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebound back to Brown. On the drive, shot up, no good. And it's Thomas with a rebound for Norristown. Over in the corner, Frederick trying to play him all over the court. He finds Evans. Evans back to Thomas. Thomas moves the ball up. Wants to get in the hand of Flowers, which he does. Flowers with a left-hand dribble over to Thomas. Left-hand jumper out of the corner. Off the rim, no good, but there's Mike Evans again. Over to Ramsey, and it's Binky Johnson who's out of the lineup for Norristown. Thompson no good. Evans with another rebound. Comes outside, gives the ball over to Flowers on the left-hand side of the basket. Top of the key to Thomas. Thomas to Evans. Evans with a jump shot, in and out, no good. Thompson, strong rebound, up and good. Norristown 51, Neshaminy 30. 30 seconds left. Lions with the ball, 2 players on him. Ball blatted by Evans again. On the drive, Evans going to the basket, spins, scores, hits. 19 points for Mike Evans.
Boy, this is Mike Evans' night. Maybe it's his birthday or something. We'll have to check on that.
Goes the pass underneath. Underwood, stolen by Thompson, and the Eagles certainly will look for one shot. Flowers moving up court, finds Thompson on the drive, spin move, no good. Ball underneath Ramsey, and the basket is waved off with a buzzer. End of the third quarter, Norristown 53, Neshaminy 30. And with approximately 2 minutes left in that quarter, the score was 38-30. Norristown has rolled off 15 unanswered points against the Redskins, 5 of them in that foul streak. 4 of them the points coming for a double technical against the Neshaminy coach.
Well, also what I think happened there, Binky Johnson got hit in the mouth, and he kept feeling his mouth and so on, and I think it kind of took him out of the game a little bit. when he went over to the bench, the trainer was over there attending to him. But I think getting him out of the game was a good move, because it was as if he really wasn't concentrating on the game. He was worried too much about his mouth or his injury. And Norristown really came alive when Binky went out. Not to say that Binky wasn't doing the job, but the trainer's going to get him straightened out, I think, before he gets back in the game.
Yeah, Rich Mayer's back in the lineup for Norristown. You know what I like to see? Evans is getting a lot of playing time tonight. Cresswell recognizes that he's the spark plug. Usually Evans is one of the first ones out, but he's staying in tonight, and he is doing a heck of a job. Underneath, ball no good, shot by Maloney. It's Mayers. Mayers has the ball taken from him. Maloney again, no good. Mayers battling. Thomas on the rebound. On the move up court, spin move, finds Flowers to the left-hand side of the basket. Ball in and out. Strong rebound by Brown of Neshaminy. And there is a timeout. Good call by the official. One of the players lost, I think it must have been his glasses.
Yeah, when Mayers came in, he didn't have the glasses on his eyes. He had them over his forehead.
I like to see that. That's where there's no break. And rather than have a guy get hurt or take a chance, official stops the play immediately.
I'm not sure whether they're glasses or he's wearing them over contact lenses.
Brown on the drive to the right-hand side. The foul is on Flowers, and Flowers is playing him really tightly. Brown, it's Davis inbound, finds Lyons. Lyons gives it back to Davis. On the right-hand dribble, back to the left-hand atop. Flowers playing him. Thomas moving up. Getting ready to play him all over the court. It's Frederick, and Frederick is fouled that time, and you could hear that over here at our seats. I think the foul was on Flowers. Norristown really doesn't have anybody in trouble. Jeff Thompson has 3 fouls. Scoring for Norristown again, Evans has 19, Johnson has 10, Howard Flowers has 11, Jeff Thompson has come on with 7. It's Evans' night, getting support from the cast, but it's really Evans who has been their leader. Frederick on the foul shot misses. Rebound in the hands of Thompson. Thompson finds Thomas, and Thomas on the left-hand dribble moving up court with Lyons playing him. There goes Thompson around, looking outside, gives it to Flowers. Flowers covered by Davis. Into the center to Mayers. Mayers open with a jump shot, is up off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound battled for. Frederick on the rebound. Fouls on Mike Evans of Norristown. And will make the walk to the other side. And again, Neshaminy has not scored in about the last 4 minutes.
Well, you know, that's a good team Norristown has out there. Thomas is a real good ball player. I expect big things of him next year. In fact, he might be the play caller next year. He brings the ball down with finesse. He looks like a fullback, but sometimes he has moves out there that makes him look like a ballet dancer. He's got good body control when he's in the air. He's looking around. He just seems to be an all-around good ball player, which is really surprising when you look at him, because you expect that he's going to be more like a football player.
Frederick on the line, shooting 1-on-1. Foul shot is up and good. And that breaks the drought for the Redskins, who had gone, I would say, almost 4 minutes without any points. Frederick ready with his second shot. He's a left-handed foul shooter. The ball is up and good. 53-32. Norristown by 21 with 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the ball game. Thomas handing the ball, finds Thompson. Thompson on the dribble, wants to drive, does, looks outside and loses the ball, taken by Davis. Thompson looked for the foul call, did not get it. Davis coming down, moves back up to the top of the key, and we have Evans playing at the top of the key. Looks like maybe a 2-3 that Norristown is falling back into.
It's hard to tell what they were playing there, Jim.
Ball thrown away by the Redskins. Evans on the drive, jump shot up, no good. Thompson went up high, ball hit the rim and went over. Thomas finds Thompson. Thomas with a left hand. Good feed by Priest Ramsey. Look, finds Thomas. Thomas with a bucket. Eagles once again by 23 points. Ball in the hands of Frederick. Frederick to Brown. Brown on the drive. Finds Maloney. Maloney with a jumper up. Too strong, no good. Lyons fights for the rebound, but it's Evans. Evans over to Mayer. Mayer found Thomas. Ball lost. There goes the inbound. Almost a save. Ball to Tom. And there's Ramsey. Ramsey had the layup. Tried to throw back out. And there goes Lyons on the drive. And the foul call is going to be on Mike
play
Evans.
by Evans. There's nothing wrong with fouling as long as you don't let the man get the shot off.
There's a point, though, where Norristown was too unselfish. Ramsey had the layup. He was underneath,
yes,
had the shot, tried to give it back outside, and there was nobody there. Neshaminy will be on the foul line. Looks like it's Mike Lyons who will go up for 2 shots. Evans up high, but hit him on the way. And Lyons will be shooting 2 for the Redskins. First foul shot is up, no good, strong off the rim. And Neshaminy's foul shooting has been pretty bad tonight.
Yeah. You know, Maris doesn't have his glasses, which makes me believe that they weren't really glasses. Sometimes it's something people wear over contact lenses.
Second shot is up and good, and Neshaminy now coming in with 2 people. Number 22, Charlie Orban, 6'2", 11th grader. And number 24, John Rogers, a 6'2" senior. So Coach Simon is beginning to clear the bench and give some people some playing time. Thomas handling the ball, gives to Evans at the top of the circle. Backs out, moves to his right, hits with a bounce pass Mares. Mares coming in underneath, steps on the line, and the ball will go over to the Redskins with Brown taking it underneath. Gives to Davis. Norristown still putting pressure over the whole court. It's Davis who finds Brown. Brown goes back to Davis. Davis finds Orban with a left-hand dribble back outside of the top of the key to Davis.
Jim, if you notice, Norristown has probably their tallest possible team out there. They have every big man in, and I wonder if Coach Cresswell isn't experimenting just to see if he ever runs into a situation where he has to have all the big men in there, exactly what's going to happen.
Could be. It's a team you might want to use a little bit later on.
Now, in fact, the smallest of them is going out now. He still has his 4 biggest men in there.
That last foul was on Evans. I think it was his 4th personal foul. Number 13, Jeremy Davis, the 5'9", 12th grader, will be on the line for Neshaminy. Bounces the ball, ready with a shot. Ball is up, no good. Rebound battled for underneath, and it's Thompson coming away with the ball to Flowers. Flowers looks up the Mayor underneath with a little spin move, a little right-handed hook shot underneath. Scores. Norristown 57, Neshaminy 33 with 5 minutes left in the ball game. Davis moving down court. Over to Urban. Ball stolen by Thompson on the drive. Looks across the center. Finds Flowers. Around the back pass to Evans. Waved off. We're going to have a walking move on the drive. And here comes another Redskin sub. It's number 20, a 10th grader, Steve Tenaglia.
You know, Jim, there's no doubt in my mind that Evans can play backcourt if he has to. Handles the ball well, moves around well. It's nice to know that you can put one of your forwards in backcourt if you have to.
Now in college, he's 6'3". It sounds strange, but that's probably where he's going to have to play. He'd be very small to be a forward.
Yes, he just might.
There's Brown with a long shot, no good, strong off the rim. And there's Flowers for the rebound, looking up court, finds Thompson. Thompson can't save it, runs into the water fountain. And Flowers somehow knew that Thompson was going to be releasing, and as soon as he came down with that rebound, he fired that ball up court. And you know, Flowers is only 5'9". He gets up there pretty high.
He certainly does. He seems to have eyes in the back of his head.
Over on the left, it's number 24, Rogers. There's Urban. Urban loses the ball, and it's Flowers on the move with a dribble up at the top of the circle. Looks for the three-pointer, decides not to take it, goes to Thompson on the drive. Thompson almost loses the ball off of Brown. And Thompson has tried to get in there for a layup several times. Ball is into Evans, spins, ball knocked out of his hands. Rogers control. Evans coming from behind, tries to steal, no good. Ball goes to Tenaglia. Tenaglia on the move, looks for Frederick, and there is a timeout by Neshaminy with 3 minutes and 52 seconds left. Eagles up 57-33, 24-point lead. And I suspect that we're going to see John Cresswell start clearing the bench very shortly and give his substitutes. In fact, it might be happening right now, giving the rest of his subs a chance to get into this ball game.
Well, he had his tallest team out there. Maybe he'll try his shortest team and see what they can do.
Yeah, I think he's put in Jones. It looks like Thomas. And I think
Volrath,
number 14, 5'8" senior Steve Volrath will get some playing time tonight. Yeah, it's Mayers, Volrath, Simmons, Thomas, and Jones. And this is what we might call Norristown's small lineup out there ready to do battle here. Brown still in for Neshaminy. Inbounds to Tenaglia with a right-hand dribble. Over to Orban. Orban gets the ball blocked by Simmons. Back, Orban trying to save it. Loses the ball, and Norristown will take it out with Thomas giving to Vollrath. Vollrath on the right-hand dribble coming up. He will handle the ball at the top of the circle. Over to Thomas. Thomas back to Vollrath. Over on the right-hand side to Simmons. Top of the circle to Vollrath. Spin move over to Simmons again on the right-hand side. Looking underneath. Finds Thomas in the corner. Thomas fakes, drives, spin, off, no good. Ball in the hands of Tenaglia on the rebound, and he moves up court. Dribbling with the ball, breaks the press. Simmons tries to get the ball from him. Over to Frederick. Frederick to Orban. Orban with the left-hand side, no good. Frederick's high on the board with a jumper off the front of the rim, and it's Craig Jones. Jones, number 35, 6 foot 1 inch, 11th grader, high to get the board. Vollrath outside, over to Simmons. Simmons has the ball in the shot for a three-pointer. Louis Simmons, Norristown 60, Neshaminy 33. We're under 3 minutes now. Tenaglia handing the ball for Neshaminy. Over to Orban. Orban to Brown. Brown on the move inside. Thinks again about that. Comes outside again over to Tenaglia. Into Brown. Brown on the drive. Jump shot is up off the back of the rim. Around, no good. Rebound battled for. Simmons controls. Starts up court over on the right to Vollrath. Vollrath looks to Mears. Mears underneath, and he's on the line again. This is the second time that he's made that move underneath like that, and it's the second time that he has hit the line. Neshaminy with the ball now. Tenaglia handling it, moving up court slowly with a right-hand dribble. Vollrath to meet him. In the hands of Brown. Brown to Frederick. Frederick on looking for the left-hand drive. Brown outside. Brown on the move, moving inside, drives all the way in with a layup. And it's 60-35 with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Eagles by 25. Vollrath over to Thomas. Thomas across to Craig Jones. Jones outside of Thomas to Vollrath with a long shot. Yes. Steve Vollrath with nothing but cord. Three-pointer, and it's 63-35. And that brought a smile to Glenn Martin's face sitting alongside me. We're waiting. We keep yelling when Glenn gets in the game. We want to see one of those from him.
I'll tell you, Jim, Norristown's second team would be highly competitive in their league. I mean, they probably wouldn't win the league, but they would certainly give a lot of teams one heck of a fight.
Number 20, Steve Watson, also in the lineup for Norristown. Pass comes out deep to Vollrath. Craig Jones on the inside move, jumps off the basket. Jones and Frederick. Jones comes up with it, but he also hits the baseline. Ball going over to Neshaminy. And here comes another Neshaminy sub, number 14, another 10th grader, Jeremy Sweeney, 6 foot 3 inch. And now Neshaminy has two 10th graders in. Brown stays in with the ball to Tenaglia, and Mike Frederick, their big 6'5" center, has gone out. Tenaglia to Brown. Brown looks across, back to Tenaglia, over to Urban. Urban with that long left-hander, and he scores a three-pointer. It's 63-40, Norristown by 23. Vollrath on the move, and we're just under 1 minute. There's Jeff Thomas with a long shot. Spins in and out. Jones on the rebound. Strong, no good. Ball in the hands of 24 Rogers. Rogers finds Tenaglia, moves the ball up court. Tenaglia being surrounded by three players, and Jones steals the ball on the drive, on the move, left-handed up, good. 65-40, Norristown. Tenaglia handling the ball, moving up court. Vollrath playing him. Orban with the ball now, left hand on the outside. Over to Brown here on the right side. Brown looked for Sweeney, took the ball in, ball stolen. Brown battles Vollrath. Vollrath saves to Jones. Jones looks for Mears. Mears with the easy layup underneath. 67-40, Norristown, 15 seconds left. Tenaglia moving down court, handling the ball. Tenaglia stops the dribble over to Orban. Orban goes back outside deep to Tenaglia. Tenaglia to Brown. Brown launches a bomb, and there is a foul on Craig Jones with 2 seconds left. And it's Sean Brown, the 12th grader for Neshaminy, their high scorer, who will be stepping to the foul line for 2 shots as the Eagles have gone away after being tested early in this second half to a 27-point lead.
You know, I'm just sorry that technical had to occur against Neshaminy's coach. It just kind of ended the game at that point. It gave Norristown that extra 5 points, which really ended up being 7 or 8 points, and it just almost ended the game right there.
Brown makes 1 out of 2. There's Thomas on a long shot, and there's the buzzer. A 26-point Norristown victory, 67-41. And Frank, I think it's time we reflect back just a little bit on this 4-game stretch. You remember going into this, Cresswell said that this would really show something about his team. Well, Abington was a big victory, Council Rock by 9, Pennsbury by 30, and tonight Neshaminy by 26. The Eagles of Norristown have certainly handled every test that has been thrown to them with these teams. They have shown that they are without a doubt the class of the Suburban 1 League that they are in, and I think that they may be coming to the point where they're really heading toward their peak, and what a perfect time for it.
Yes. There are 2 things. One is teamwork, the way they're working together now. You know, if one guy's having a bad night, somebody else picks up. And they're just all so unselfish out there. You know, nobody's trying to take over. They just seem to gel at the right time. And they really came through these games well. You would expect somewhere along the way they would stumble and lose one of them and so on, but they haven't. And that's what surprises me, where Plymouth Whitemarsh is ranked number 2 and Norristown is number 5. As you said, I think the Philadelphia schools get somewhat favored.
Yeah, I would hope that they might take a look at what Norristown has been doing. I mean, these are teams that have winning records. These are teams that were doing all right in their divisions, and yet the Eagles are simply putting them away. 2 games left in this string to look forward to. Next Tuesday we go over to Ben Salem. Ben Salem, 12-1, unranked, but pushing for this, and a real test up in Ben Salem's gym. And then next Friday, a team that is playing very well now, coming into the Eagles gymnasium here. We'd like to see a lot of you fans to come out when William Tennant comes in here to test the Eagles here in the Norristown High School gymnasium. Once again, our final score, Norristown 67, Neshaminy 41. Our statistician, Glenn Martin, will be here in just a moment or so with the final statistics. And I think tonight, without a doubt, it's Mike Evans who deserves our accolades. Evans came in, he rebounded, he crashed those offensive boards with tenacity, and he scored when he had to. He had a couple low-scoring games, possibly because teams were collapsing inside on him. He certainly showed tonight that he is a force to be reckoned with and someone that teams are going to have to be wary of in future games.
I'll tell you, I feel sorry for any opponent if all the Norristown players have a good night the same night.
I would like to see that happen. I certainly hope if it does happen that we save it maybe for the playoffs so that we see it against a Glen Mills or a Plymouth Whitemarsh or a Penwood or a Chester, somebody like that. That's it, folks, for the Eagles, for us, the voices of the Eagles, Jim Nelson and Frank Winkle. We're going to turn it over in just a minute. Stay with us for the final statistics from Glenn Martin. We hope to see you here next Friday night when the Eagles entertain William Tennant.
Hello, I'm Glenn Martin with the final wrap-up. For Neshaminy Redskins, high scorers Sean Brown with 14 points, Jeremy Davis with 4, Mike Frederick with 11 points and 10 rebounds, Mike Lyons with 4, Cliff Maloney with 2 points, Charlie Orban with 5. Free throw shooting 7 for 13, rebounding only 18 rebounds compared to 36 rebounds for Norristown. Norristown's free throw shooting very good, 10 for 12. High scorers for Norristown, Mike Evans, 19 points with 10 big rebounds. Dana Johnson with 10 points. Howard Flowers, 11. Priest Ramsey, 4 points, 6 rebounds. Jeff Thompson, 7 points, 6 rebounds. Rich Mayers, 6 points, 4 rebounds. And Jeff Thomas, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Also scoring for Norristown, Craig Jones, 2 points. Lou Simmons, 3 points. And Steve Vorath, 3 points. The final score from Norristown, 67-41, a big win for the Norristown Eagles. I'm Glenn Martin, thanking Mr. Nelson and Mr. Winkle, and urging you to stay tuned for more basketball on this cable television station.